welcome to Film Snobbery Live. I'm your host, Nic Baisley, and we have another fantastic episode for you. I'm always excited every Thursday here at 7 o'clock rolls around, or in our case, when we usually get started, 7:05, 7:10 sometimes. Depends on how much stuff we have going on behind the scenes. But we're always happy to have new guests on. We're always happy to be here to be able to talk with you people. It's been a very busy week here at Film Snobbery. I want to... first of all, welcome our first intern. She's not here in the room right now. She's actually out at the LA Film Festival right now doing some work over there. But I want to welcome our first intern to the fold, as it were. So, Caitlin, hello. You got a mention on the show now. How about that? That is not an IMDb credit. But we have her. We've also just got done hiring a bunch of new writers. I'm really excited for that. Look out for a website refresh. Actually, it's happening in the next, say, month or so. We're just trying to lock down because we're redoing all the content. Basically, there's a lot that's going into it. It's a full from the top down refresh. So it's going to be really interesting. I'm really excited to be able to share that with you guys in the near future. Also, keep your eyes out because apparently we're at all the local film festivals right now. I was just mentioning to our guests, like I just got done doing Dances with Films, and then not only that, we definitely have, we've got possibly Frameline in San Francisco we might be at right now. We're also at Palm Springs, and then of course there's the LA Film Festival we've made a couple appearances at, and it's just been absolutely crazy, and who knows where it's going to go from there. But keep your eyes out because we may be at a film festival near you, and if you guys out there are filmmakers and you have a film at that film festival, then we may be able to be in a position to interview you or talk about your movie. So keep a lookout. We're excited for that. Our guest tonight, because we do have a fantastic guest every week, but I'm very happy to share our guest with you this week, is an actress, writer, producer named Mary Elizabeth Boylan. She's lovely. She has a movie that's out on the festival circuit right now, or going out in the festival circuit right now, called Getting Lemons, and we literally just watched it right before the show. It ended like 4 minutes before the show started, so it was really nice to be able to kind of now have context to the guests that I have, as opposed to when I'm just like, it's a sack of meat. Sit him next to me. I'll talk to him for 20 minutes. We'll figure something out. It's 106 episodes or 107 or whatever episodes, people. It gets old. No, I'm kidding. It doesn't. It's actually fantastic every time. I love the fact that we get to interact with so many different kinds of people, and we actually have some wonderful guests that are going to be coming on the show in the near future. But first, and most importantly, today we have Mary Elizabeth Boylan, and I'm really excited. I actually met her where we shoot here at the Hot Pixel post-production offices here in Universal City. She was getting the color correction done. Basically, she was sitting where I'm sitting, or actually she was sitting on the end of the couch, I believe, when I first met her, and we were watching. There's a big monitor that you guys can't see, it's off camera, in front of me. And we were watching her movie. It was getting color corrected by Bruce Goodman, who's the colorist here at Hot Pixel. And I came in, and of course, doing what I do, I interrupted. And and I think I was probably cutting together an interview or picking up a tripod or something like that to go do some work. But she, we got to talking, and she has a movie, and I have a show. So you can see how that is a marriage made in some kind of independent film heaven. So we're going to talk to her in a minute, and being the fact that we're talking about her movie Getting Lemons, we're going to talk about everything that she's got going on the festival circuit as well, because I'm excited to hear her perspective on going to that, both as an actress and a writer producer, with her own movie. It's going to be interesting. I'm excited. So hopefully you guys are going to stay tuned. What we're going to do, we're going to shake it up a little bit. Normally we have a trailer that we're going to show you. We're not going to show you a trailer this time, but we figured just in the spirit of the fact that we did the color correction of this movie here at Hot Pixel, we figured we're going to show you the ad for Hot Pixel now, rather than, the end of the show, because what good is a sponsor if you're not plugging them right up at the top, right? So when we come back, we're going to talk with Mary, and we're going to talk to her a little bit about Getting Lemons, and we're going to talk a little bit about festivals, and we're going to talk about acting, and we're going to talk about producing and writing and life and things. So stick around. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone, and we want to welcome our guest, Mary Elizabeth Boylan. How you doing?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Nice to have you. I mean, good to see you again.
I know.
You're no stranger to this couch.
No, I'm not.
And I'm just really, really happy to have you tonight in particular, because if we were any other woman, we'd be in trouble, because it does totally look like a porn shoot in here. Any other day of the week, normally we have Amy here helping us, not tonight.
Yeah, it's a lot of testosterone tonight. There's no Amy, so I'm the only woman here. So yeah, it's a little odd.
Yeah, it's a little odd. I'm very excited. No, I like my odds right now. It's good.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about, you wrote, you produced, and starred in Getting Lemons.
Mm-hmm.
What? Why?
Just why?
Why?
Why would you do such a thing?
Why would you do such a thing? I mean, like, you're not from LA. You're from Ohio. Why in the world would you go and be like, I want to make movies?
Wow, that's a long conversation.
It's good because we have a lot of time to fill.
Okay. I'll give you the brief version.
Okay.
I've been on stage since I was 3. Actually, I was a dancer. So, and then I went to school to be a doctor. And then I graduated with a foreign service degree, and now I'm acting. So I don't know how it happened, but that I guess, wanted to go back into performing, and somehow I ended up doing that.
Wow. And
Yeah.
so you went from, hey, doctorate candidate, over to I'm gonna
save the world, and then I'm making movies. Yeah, college was like what's everything I don't want to do. That was sort of what college was to me, and then the end of it, where I got a degree in acting. So.
I was gonna say, did you act in college?
A little bit, yeah.
A little
towards
bit?
the end.
And that got you the bug?
Yes, it was the bug, I guess you could say.
Do you prefer acting in front of a camera or on stage on a theater?
They're such different birds, all of them. It's a different mindset. Acting on film and TV is so much more subtle, and acting on the stage is so dynamic, and then dance is a different emotional experience altogether. You're vulnerable in a completely different way. So I was happy to be able to incorporate a little of that in my film. Mm-hmm. So they're just very different. Yeah,
you were able to do that. We actually have a little brief clip of you doing a little, almost like not some jazz hands, but almost like West Side Story kind of action going on.
Yeah, we totally brought it back.
Let's go. It's a very, very short clip, so let's check it out real quick. We'll be right back. And like we said, a very, very short clip. But it's a short. So
yes,
we don't want to give away too much. We're just teasing you right now.
Yes, it's just a little teaser of dancing. But no, I was really lucky to have my friend and amazing dancer and choreographer Sabrina Phillip do the choreography, which I had to learn basically that day. So thankfully it was a short film. But she was fabulous, and the dancers that were in the film, I was just lucky to have them. It was just fantastic.
Now, you wrote, produced, and acted in this. Why did you not take that last final multi-hyphenate step and direct it as well?
I had never directed before, and I met Lisa through a mutual friend. And her and I just had a really great energy, and she helped me to sort of rework the screenplay version of Getting Lemons. And her vision was very succinct, and we were on the same page with so much that a lot of her energy helped to get the shoot off the ground, and it was just very much meant to be. I think I would have been stepping a little too out of my bounds to have directed it, having never written anything before and having never produced anything before. I thought I didn't want to have that big of a head about things, and I felt like I was still learning so much to begin with. So I was just lucky to meet her and everything. So.
And doing both the writing and the producing for this as well, did you feel at all that you'd want to do either of those jobs again?
Yes. Which
part did you enjoy the most? The writing?
The writing was really, really, really hard. That was the hardest part for me, was the writing, the creative process, and having to write about something that was based on an actual experience. It was hard for me to distance myself from it. So it just took a long time, and a lot of friends gave me a lot of advice. and it was a long process. Producing, I loved. It was fast and furious and stressful, and I seemed to have flourished in that environment. Producing, acting at the same time, very challenging.
Yeah?
Yeah. Very challenging.
What did you have to do to switch hats on that?
Well, you just had to switch hats. Cut, stop crying, and deal with craft service issues. And okay, here, cry again. And okay, cut. Now we have a problem with the lights, and now we don't have our set anymore after this amount of time. And yeah, so it was a lot of switching gears really quickly, but it was chaotic and fun. I loved it.
How long was the shoot for? Because how long is the film?
The film is a little over 12 minutes.
12 minutes, okay.
And 6 days of shooting, I think we did. Yeah, total.
See how much work goes into giving you this much film, that much work, and it's not even just there's the shooting the days, and then there's I'm not saying it's because we're in a post production facility, but there's post production after that.
Yes, the post was laborious as well, just because again my creative process, doing something for the first time, I really had to do a little bit and then step away and then do a little bit, and then I found that part of it just wasn't working. We needed to add a scene, so a lot of it was written and added after the principal shoot. Mm-hmm. So it was a long process. It was really fun.
Did you find? Had you been a part of the post production or or any type of production process before in acting? Acting, you show up, you do your stuff, and you sometimes go home.
I had a lot of friends and people that I know that are editors and directors. So I had seen the process. I wasn't completely foreign to it, but to be at the helm of it was definitely a first.
Cool. Yeah. Now, but what about, you had mentioned that this was a kind of a personal project to you. You kind of had stuff. Want to elaborate a little bit of what made this project like? First of all, why did you decide to take a personal piece of your life and turn it into something that's a film as opposed to a play, because you have stage experience, or putting it into another medium, or even just writing it in that dream journal and filing it away like most normal people do?
I'm not normal.
None of us are out here. That's how it is.
So I lost my mom and 4 other people in the same year. I had like a boyfriend cheat on me. It was like the year from hell. Just everything, just like the world fell apart and I had to start all over again, and on so many levels. But it made me such a stronger person, and that was when my film career actually started to take off. And I think there was something that my life experiences gave me, emotional depth, or I don't know, whatever, something. But it was very powerful and very exciting, and it was also a very difficult time in my life because I got so depressed that I didn't know if I could go on anymore, and somehow I pulled out of it, and I wanted to do something to inspire other people, because I think that's a very common human experience. Everyone has that year, or those 2 years, or that week, or whatever, where everything just goes to hell in a handbasket all at one time, and you just sit there and go, why me? Why is this happening? And it's hard to go on, and so it sort of was born from that, from me wanting to help other people who have gone through that.
It's like you and Ben and Jerry's get people through those
days. Yes, and wine and chocolate. Yes, there you go. Chocolate's a big one. Mm-hmm.
What did inspire you to kind of get out of your funk and kind of be like, all right, now it's time to do something with that? Or did it just kind of like one time you look back and be like, man, I was really depressed back then, but I guess things are okay now?
Yeah.
Was it?
It is a choice. I think life altogether is a choice, and you have to choose what you want. And if I think intrinsically I didn't want to be that depressed, and it was crushing me on some level, but I wanted to come out of it. And I just have amazing friends and family that were so supportive and so wonderful. I definitely didn't get here or anywhere by myself. I'm very blessed in that regard. So
that's great.
Yeah.
Nice. Do you still ever you miss Ohio as opposed to here? Do you ever sit there and go like, what would have happened if I never left Ohio?
Oh gosh, I always felt sort of stifled there but at the same time, it is the best place to come from and to be from. I'm still really close to my 2 best friends from high school, hi Dee Dee and Amanda, and my father and my stepmom and my cousins, and I just have so many family and friends that are so amazing to me there that I couldn't say I hated it. But I really like the weather here, and there's a lot more to do in LA.
Yeah.
So
I went home for the holidays, and I went for a month. And after 2 weeks, I was literally like, I need to get back to LA.
It's the 2 week mark.
Yeah.
That's really, 10 days is like, oh, I'm gonna miss everybody. In 2 weeks, you're like, oh my god, I gotta go. I gotta get out of the weather. I think we get spoiled out here. But no, I was just home for Father's Day, and it was awesome, and I didn't want to leave.
Yeah. Did they feel the same way? They're like, don't go.
I don't know. Maybe they seemed like they did, and maybe when I left, they're like, "Oh, she's gone." Thank God. So I don't know. I don't know if they, but I had trouble leaving. It was really hard.
Now, when you moved to LA, did you already have some things lined up, or did you
I knew
just
no one.
packed up? And
Yeah, I lived on the couch of my friend Peter Taylor. He's a photographer. He now lives in West Virginia. And I knew him in Miami. I was in Miami for a year before coming to LA, or from Ohio to Miami, and then for a year before coming to LA. And he said, hey, I'm moving to LA. I said, oh, me too. And he's like, oh, well, come and stay at my place. And so I had his couch to crash on.
Nice.
And then I got a job in my own place, and he was the only person I knew. So, yeah.
What kind of advice can you give other actors that, because how long have you been out here now?
Gosh, 8 years.
8 years?
Like that.
That's a good sampling of time.
Something like
that. No,
that.
that's fantastic. Yeah. Time flies by here.
Yeah.
It does. I mean, I've been here a little over a year myself, and I look back on the last year and I'm like, what happened? What happened? How has it come to this?
Right.
Where now I'm interviewing the fantastic Mary Elizabeth Boylan. That one's checked off.
Okay,
I'm
checked.
good.
And I got interviewed by Nic Baisley. Check.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So my life is going just fine.
Fantastic.
We're doing good.
But as far as you're out here, you're acting. What kind of advice would you give other people that are moving here, whether it's to act or produce or write or whatever?
It's way harder than you could ever possibly imagine it will be. So just think, how hard do you think it's going to be, and it's going to be like this hard. That's my advice to everybody. And it's the business of no. You have to make your no's something that fuels your fire. It can't be what kicks you down. It has to be what makes you go faster.
It's a numbers game.
It's a numbers game.
Do you find yourself? Do you go out to a lot of auditions for things?
Yeah. I mean, I do audition frequently. I mean, I don't know, because there ever enough.
Yeah,
Can I have more? Can I have more film roles? Sure, of course. But yeah, at first you don't go out at all, and you're going out yourself, and you have no representation, and you don't know anything. You don't know what you're doing. It's terrifying. And then you go home and you cry. That's what I did for a very long time.
Oh, you and me both. It's okay.
Yeah, I mean, it still happens sometimes, but
a little man weeping. It never hurts. Never hurt anyone.
Sensitive guys. Women like sensitive guys, Nick. I'm just saying.
Yeah, do me a favor. Get that out there, because I have not seen that at all. Apparently I lack neck tattoos, and somehow that is also this whole thing of just oh, he's bad.
Whenever I see a neck tattoo, I always think, ouch. That's the most painful place you could get a tattoo. So it's not attractive in my opinion. It's just It just makes me say, ouch, it hurts.
Yeah, and I don't like to pull that nice guys finish last. They don't. I know a ton of nice guys, and nice girls for that matter, who have been very, very lucky.
Yes,
but
I hope so.
Dating here in LA, I don't know if you found this, is friggin' ridiculous.
I mean, I've had a relatively good experience.
Lucky you.
I mean, you go through periods of time where I've gone through periods of time where I was just so frustrated or sad or something that I just couldn't date.
Yeah.
Because I just was in my hole or something.
But you also feel that you get involved. Everyone's involved with their work here too.
Yeah,
because
and
most
now
of the
I'm
people
work
that move
obsessed.
here are.
So yeah.
Yeah. Well.
That's not helping.
See, you're like, it's an industry of no, and I'm like, yeah, tell me about it, because all the industry that I want to date is busy with saying no.
It happens when it's supposed to happen, I think.
No, totally, no, and it's fine. It's weird though, because even with say FilmSnobbery, we've been doing this for 5.5 years, and so for me, it's about. It's weird because it's I'm buried in work, and then, occasionally I'll come up out of it, or I'll have a day off, and I'll be like, where is everybody? This isn't a film festival. Oh crap, it's my life. You know.
But that's great. You worked really hard to get to this point. You know, how many people try to do the things you're doing and they don't get there? That's amazing.
What do you do you ever have a second where you stop and smell the lemons and you
yes,
and you kind of, do you ever revel in what, you're like, I've been very lucky. I've gotten to act, I've gotten to write and produce, and I'm making a movie, and how does it make you feel as a creator or as an actress?
I think at the first screening, we had a screening at Upper West, a friend's restaurant, and it was sort of a private screening, invite only, and I had just been in post or on set or just nothing glamorous about filmmaking on the back end, by the way. Nothing like that. And then I got to get all dressed up, and there's red carpet, and there's people, and then I look out into the crowd to speak, and surrounded by all my friends and family, and all the people that made the movie that were so incredible, a cast and crew, and that was definitely an awesome moment. And that night I just was high from the joy of that moment. It was just amazing. It's worth all the hard stuff, worth all the tears, worth everything it took to get me here.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And now you're going out with this movie on the Getting Lemons.
Getting Lemons.
In case you didn't know.
GettingLemons.com.
GettingLemons.com. In case you didn't know. But now you're going out on the film festival circuit.
Yes.
Which
is amazing. All a whole nother amazing.
How is that experience different when you go to a film festival as an actress with a film versus being there with a producer, writer, with a movie that's there? Like, what is, do you have a different strategy for what you're trying to accomplish at both, or you just try to go in and just experience it and just go to party in general? What do you do?
Well, I've been to festivals with films and festivals before, and it's wonderful. You walk the red carpet, and you go to sit in the screening, and you don't really have to get up and talk or say anything, and you just get to have fun and enjoy it, and clap when the awards come and all that stuff, and it's great. As a producer and a writer, it's totally different because now I have to talk about and created the whole film, so I have to talk about it and actually articulate everything that I wanted to accomplish with it at the same time and make sure everybody's happy and all that stuff. So I think it's going to be just like being on set again a little bit, where you have to make sure you don't screw up. Yep. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm going to feel like.
That's how I live my life.
Hope I
just
don't screw it up. Yeah. And as far as what I accomplished, I just excited to meet other filmmakers. Of course, I would love to do something with the pilot and feature versions of Getting Lemons, or just meet people that want to work with me or that I want to work with. Just nice. to keep doing what I'm doing is a blessing, and I'll take whatever. I'm just excited.
You're excited. And then, of course, there's the added benefit of Coke and Horse, because that's what film festivals are really all about, right?
Yes, I'm hoping they all have, stripper holes and keg parties.
It really is. It's just like you guys ever see that ending of Scarface where he's just face down in a giant thing of Coke? That is exactly what all film festivals are like, especially in Hollywood.
God, Dad, if you're watching this, he's just kidding. He's just kidding.
No,
scaring my dad.
Dad, no. It's film festivals are some of the most fun I know I've ever had. It's film festivals remind me why I do what I do.
Yeah.
And it also, I don't know if you get this feeling, because I'm not a filmmaker. I just do this.
Right.
It's just similar. It's like people like, do you ever produce? I'm like, technically I produce a short every week.
Every week, it's a lot.
But for in your case, do you get that camaraderie, that feeling of like, oh God, it's not just me. Especially when you hear the stories of people like, I have that day job as the barista, or or selling cars or whatever it is that they do, and then but then they found the time, they found the money, they found the resources to make a movie, and they're like, this will be the one.
I'm so excited. I think there's so much talent and so much good energy and so many incredible people in this town. And I cannot wait to see the work of all of those souls and hear their stories and where they came from. And because there's got to be another story out there, or 5 or 10, inspired by something. And I think it's incredible to learn about people and where they came from and how they created their art. Because we all are making art. And everyone that worked on my film is an artist in their own regard. And so that's exciting.
Film festivals are kind of like summer camp.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everyone, there's everyone goes to summer camp for whatever they do for music or summer camp soccer.
Yeah.
This is summer camp
This is
film.
drama. Film. Yeah.
Drama, yeah.
Drama camp.
Yeah, drama
And it's a different type of camp. Yeah, but it is. I mean, it's interesting.
Yeah.
I was gonna go dig a hole in that one. I was just like, you know what? No,
and
I'm
I
gonna
was
leave
thinking
it as
about
is.
that movie where she says that one time at band camp. I'm like, I can't go there. I can't go. I just went there though.
Yeah, you went there.
I went
that
there.
happened, and it's totally like that too.
Yeah. It just came into my head.
Yeah.
It's not. I'm sorry.
I was
Sorry.
going more like, I went more horror, like Sleepaway Camp, or
I went
if you've
the
ever seen
total opposite direction
did.
with it.
You
Yeah.
did. Or I always go back to the scene of it's with the Addams Family where they're doing they're at the Pugsley and Wednesday are at the summer camp and they're doing the Thanksgiving production.
I don't remember
and she
that.
sets the thing on fire.
Oh, okay. Yeah. We don't want that to happen.
No, we don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought about that too,
don't
but
either.
I haven't seen that
remember-
movie in 15 years. So
Yeah, I don't even remember that scene.
yeah, that's crazy.
I'm completely worthless right now. I can't help you on this one.
That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, now,
Sorry.
you know what? Comedy.
Comedy.
Speaking of which, so do you, in terms of the roles, I mean, you had, in Getting Lemons, it's dramatic in as much as the situation that your character's going through, or by extension, you're going through. So there are scenes where you definitely have to emote
Yeah.
a bit, but, then there's lemons.
There are lemons. There's a lot of lemons in my movie.
There's
Yes,
lemons.
yes.
Actually, let's go ahead. Let's show another quick couple second clip on here of just we got one of yourself and your ex-boyfriend is on there.
Yes.
Yes. So yeah, let's go check that out real quick. We'll be right back.
Hi, Lizzie. Hey, babe.
This is not happening.
Boom, Lemonhead.
He's a lemonhead.
Lemonhead. That happened.
Well, I mean, the getting lemons is sort of, the whole metaphor. What do you do when life gives you all your lemons all at one time? And he was a lemon. An ex-boyfriend is a lemon, right?
Right.
If there was a bad thing that happened, some relationships you just kind of, but that was a particular relationship.
I just go back to Forgetting Sarah Marshall, where he's like, what do you do when life gives you lemons? You just say, fuck the lemons and bail.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I love that movie.
But,
I love that he eats cereal like every morning. Yeah, that's so funny.
Well, who doesn't? I eat cereal for lunch today,
Then you need to go to dinner when we're done. Yeah.
We do. In-N-Out Burger. In-N-Out. I wish we could get them as a sponsor because we do In-N-Out Burger every after show.
Oh,
is
you do?
In-N-Out. Yep.
Oh, okay.
I take the crew out
Nice.
to In-N-Out because I can't afford to pay anybody. So,
Well,
we
they're
go-
getting paid. They're working with you.
They are, yeah, because it's gotten people so far, including myself.
It will. It will. If you put it out there, it will happen.
Oh, it's out there.
Okay.
But no, what was it? Lemons, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And as a former used car salesman, I can spot a lemon. And yeah, ex-boyfriends, ex-girlfriends, lemons.
Lemons.
And then how? But what is the? Where did you come up with that metaphor? Was that something that your mother used to say, or was this something that was just a general mantra in general, or were you did you literally see it on a napkin somewhere someday, and you were like, that'd make a great movie?
No, actually, that napkin, the napkins were one of my investors found those napkins. How amazing are those? And this
Those
was
are great.
after the film was already shot. Amazing. It was. I think it was something that I was saying when I was sitting down to write it. It was as though life gave me all my lemons at one time. It just sort of came out in the writing process.
That's cool. And now you're out of lemons. You're done. It's all uphill from here.
Lemons no more.
No more lemons. Just a crate of lemonade.
Yeah. So
That's
everyone's
fantastic.
going to be like, "What is this movie about?"
That's fine. Let them
it's
wonder.
all
Because
over the
why?
place.
Because then you say you have to watch.
Yeah, you really do. It's a hard movie to make a trailer out of.
I could see it. Having watched
Just
it now,
watch it.
I
just
totally.
come to the festivals and watch it.
Speaking of which, where are you going at next?
We are in the Downtown Independent Los Angeles Festival in July, and then we are going to the Action on Film International Festival in Monrovia, and that is my second time at that festival.
That's cool.
My film Parched, acted in one in 2010. directed by James Roddy. Hi, James.
Hi, James.
He's awesome.
Cool.
And
He's not watching.
he's not watching right now. I'm going to tell him about this, though, so he's
All right,
going to
maybe
watch
he'll watch
it.
though. Hi, James. Continue watching.
And then we are in the Holly Shorts at the Man Chinese Theater in Hollywood in August.
Awesome.
So,
I will
pretty
be at least 2 out of 3 of those, I think.
I love that about you.
I'm going to try to hit Monrovia. I haven't been to Action on Film yet, but I know people there.
Yeah.
So I think it would be nice to go. And that's right off
Del
the 130.
is awesome. Del Weston, who runs that festival. He's an
Yeah.
amazing guy. So, yeah, I think you should.
Nice. Do you try to make it to a festival, at the very least a local festival of all the films that you're in to help support it?
Oh yeah, I would never not go.
Okay.
I think it's so important. I think it's a privilege to be part of any project, and why would you not want to support your fellow cast and crew? It's weird to not do that.
It's funny because I've there are actors and actresses all over the country. I mean, not even just LA. I mean, that are out there trying to do so much, and some of them do kind of seem to regard a movie or a part as it's a job, and then you go and you do the job, and then I think we did this a little bit on this. A show like probably 3 years ago, but seriously, it was like kind of like, because I had spoken with an actress. She's like, well, I have to go do another part, because I always ask them, how come you don't see. You see actors and actresses on like Leno, Letterman, Conan, all that kind of stuff. They're shilling for the movies that they're doing. But how often do you get actors and actresses on shows like mine or other podcasts that do movies like this? You don't see them as much. You see the directors or the producers mostly, the creative force behind it. You don't actually get a lot of the actors or actresses. And I asked her, I said, why is that? She goes, we have work. We're out looking for other work. These guys are living with this movie for the next year or two. So,
well, I think if I was just acting in it, we wouldn't be talking. You'd be talking to the creator. But since I happen to be the actress and creator, I mean, there's other people in it with me, but. So,
I just thought it was my sparkling personality.
It is your sparkling.
You
Nick
are
only.
So down in the gutter now on that.
No, but it's true. Like you have to sort of do double duty.
Yeah.
So.
Do you feel a responsibility as an actress to I mean, I know you said it's a privilege, but do you feel a responsibility to make sure that the stuff that you're in is seen by other people, that just not people like in your reel, but like it is seen by an audience?
Yeah, I mean, I do my best to support the project, not only my work in it, but the project in general. I think you should look at it as a little family at that time, and you'd support your family. And yeah, I think it's important. And that's me. I mean, to each their own. Some people see it more as just a job or whatever. I'm not judging their perception of it, but
I will.
But you can. Nick will be the judgmental guy. I will be the nice one.
If I'm at a party and I'm in the corner, all I'm doing right there is I'm just silently judging you.
Just judging you.
Oh yeah. No.
He's looking you up and down and saying how wrong you are.
Always. That's what the film snob does. No, not at all.
That's right. Film snobbery, hence the film snobbery thing.
You got it.
Yeah.
Finally, someone got it. It took them 5.5 years, but we finally got someone who gets it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I totally get it.
What do you do in your career personally as an actor, or I guess now because you can add producer, writer onto the list, but as an actress, I mean, what do you do to kind of get your own work out there? Are you active on social media? Do you?
Yes, I'm a very social person altogether.
Never would have guessed.
I know, right?
Right.
Shocking. I have a great network of friends, and I keep in touch with everybody, and I like going out and seeing people and being social. And yeah, I'm Twitter, Facebook, all over the place, all the time, and flyers, and every casting director I meet, I talk to them about my projects, and yeah, I just work it for everything it's worth. I think you have to hustle if you want it. You got to go for it, and at all times, every day, I do something to further my career.
Do you? Is there a secret that you have that you'd be willing to share for auditioning, in front of casting directors or directors or anything like that, to get the role, to really nail it, to get them on your side and make yourself memorable to them because they probably just saw 150 other really crappy people all day?
I think, and I am not an expert on the subject, I think every artist is different, has a different internal process. For me, it's just try to be yourself. I try to be myself. I think if you are true to yourself and really believe what you're doing, they can see that. And just try to be as confident as you can, which is the hardest part, I think, sometimes when it's a challenging role. And then when you're done with the audition, just I get in my car and I blast my music.
What's your jam?
And I drive. I like all different kinds of music. It's not really the specific kind. Usually dance music. But I just have to let it go. And I think as an artist, you think, okay, well, I could have done that this way, or I could have said that way, and you just make yourself crazy. And I did that for a really long time, and it didn't help my career at all to be obsessing over what I could have done that I can't change.
Right.
So just go and don't let any negative energy from whatever you just did affect the rest of your day.
Have you ever done like the digital auditions where you're submitting via like YouTube or Vimeo or something like that?
That's actually really popular now. You can cast from anywhere. They'll put you on tape. They'll Skype you. So yeah, you definitely have to be
Do you
versed.
like that, or do you feel that there's a personal connection that you're losing there? Or do you kind of like the idea that you have a broader range of things you can audition for because of that?
Well, I don't know that it matters. Well, for TV, the cast directors have no time and a million people to answer to, so those poor souls need the tape thing because it's hard. But I think a lot of casting directors would agree with me that there's something very personable about someone's energy in the room, and that doesn't really necessarily translate in a little tiny little video that's not high def, that doesn't have any emotion or feeling around it.
Right.
It's difficult. So I think there has to be some sort of personal connection. I prefer
cool.
that.
You prefer
I don't
that?
know. Yeah, I think I translate better in person
person?
than, I personally.
I've seen both now. I have.
They've
So
only seen
they've seen
part,
this.
So you have to vouch for me, Nick.
I will vouch for you because I'm the lucky one here. This is fantastic. Just because I want to do another clip from Getting Lemons.
Okay.
Because I don't want to get too far off track. I mean, we're here to promote a goddamn movie.
Yes.
So
hurry up and promote my film.
I know.
Damn it.
Jeez.
Sitting here for no reason.
Again, this is another very, very, very short clip because we're talking about a very, very short movie. So
Yes.
this one, though, you are facing something that everybody in LA pretty much faces within the first 10 minutes of getting here.
Yes.
Which is you're getting a ticket.
Yes.
And this is kind of funny. So we'll be right back. Just watch this little clip because it's going to make you go, haha.
What are you doing?
Oh, excuse me, ma'am. Oh, but you don't go hollering at me because you don't know how to park your car.
Haha.
Haha.
I ha-ha'd on that. That was funny.
Yeah.
I love the hair.
The purple hair.
The purple hair.
Her name, and it's not really said in the film, is Shawanda,
Shawanda.
the ticket lady. Yeah.
And-
Shawanda. There's a story behind that.
There's a story behind
Yes,
that? Did you have a personal Shawanda in your life
Well,
who gave you a ticket?
The amazing actress that plays Shawanda, her name is Jennifer Damon, and her and I knew each other when we both first moved to LA, and we were in the Next Stage Theater and we did comedy together. And Shawanda is the character that Jen created for our sketch comedy show. And Shawanda was so amazing that we did commercials with Shawanda. We did Shawanda on stage. She had a Christmas show. She was amazing. Jen is very, very talented. So when I was writing this, I had to figure out a way to put Shawanda in it. And it just was, there were so many takes of her. I couldn't even pick. They were all amazing. She's great. She's amazing. So you got to watch Shawanda. Don't worry about the lemons. Just watch Shawanda. She's pretty amazing.
If you don't like lemons, you can watch Shawanda eat shawarma.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah. Look, I'm not on stage, people. You know, every time I feel like I need to make an excuse, I just go, F it, it's my show.
That's one way to
That's
look
one
at
way
it.
to look at it, right?
Yeah,
I
exactly.
found myself doing that one time. I'm sure you as an actress have probably, at some point, you've probably done something you're like, I could have done that differently. And you look at your friends and they're looking like you could have done that differently.
It
and
happens.
you get a little judgment there. And then you just be like, F it, it's my show.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah. So do you, what do you, so you have those film festivals that you're working on. Do you have anything else in the hopper that you're working on currently? Or that you're, is it just kind of like you're just going to sit back, you're going to do a little bit more on Getting Lemons, getting it out there? Or is it pretty much focused on that right now?
I'm focused on that. I did create a pilot of it and a feature. This is a short from the feature that I wrote. So I've been working on the feature and then the pilot version. So yeah, that's all right now. And then just promoting it for the festival.
Now, did you shop around the pilot this year at pilot season, or are you
not
going
yet.
next year?
I haven't done anything with it yet. We'll see how we do at the festivals
Fair
and
enough.
who I meet and all that good stuff. So
I was going to say, because pilot season out here is crazy, not just for people creating pilots, but for actors and actresses as well. It's kind of, that's the boom time.
yeah, it's a little crazy.
Yeah. What is your? I mean, what is your experience like? Like that part of the year versus any other part of the year?
Well, it's gotten to the point where there really is no slow season. It's pilot season and then indies and then it's back to more shows, and it seems like it's all kind of blending together now. It used to be just those few months. I mean, those are still crazy. I think casting directors feel that even more than the actors do.
Yeah.
It's just because they like 18-hour days every day.
I feel you. I mean, there was for me, film festival season used to basically be like June to maybe like late October, and
right
then I'd
now
have time
it's
off.
year round.
It's year round.
There's like thousands of festivals. So.
It is. I especially since moving out here, where there's like another festival every freaking weekend
Right.
in LA or Hollywood or the
on
surrounding
every street
area.
corner. Yes.
And it's crazy now. I
Yeah.
mean, it used to be just like, okay, you have your Big Ten like Sundance, and
Right.
all those South by or Cannes or whatever,
And that's it.
and that's it. And now it's just every other. I mean, heck, our director Bill Ostroff runs the two film festivals, the First Glance Film Festival over in Hollywood
Yes.
and Philly.
Hi, Bill.
Submit, because there's submissions and things. FirstGlanceFilm.com.
Another plug.
See, there you go. Oh, I'll plug all night. That's
Yeah,
just
it's what we're here for.
That's what we're here for, and gettinglemons.com.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then but let's talk a little bit about let's plug a few things. So we've got some social media to plug
Okay.
for you. So
Yes.
where can people find you on, let's say, Twitter?
Twitter, I'm Mary E. Boylan, and the film is Getting Lemons Movie.
Yeah.
And Facebook is Mary Elizabeth Boylan. I have a personal page and then a fan page. And Getting Lemons is Getting Lemons on Facebook.
Yeah, having fans is weird, isn't it? I don't know how to
It's very strange.
It is. I never know how to refer to
Yes.
people that like us, because we have like genuine fans, and it's really crazy. And you guys, I mean, you must feel like it's just like, how do you handle? Okay, they like me. All right, I don't know why, but they like me.
Well, I
You
mean,
like me.
it's kind of it's fun and strange at the same time.
Yeah. Well, I could see you get the attractive young lady. I mean, you get fans. Some
you.
creepers.
Not,
You got the creepers?
Not yet.
No?
No.
Oh, they'll come.
Yeah, I've been told.
You'll be
yeah.
Fun stuff. All right. So
Yeah.
and then you can find you on Facebook, and Getting Lemons
Yes.
also on Facebook.
Yes, Getting Lemons Movie is on Facebook.
Website.
Website is Inspirefly Media or GettingLemons.com, either one.
You can
yeah.
see your reel and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
on
my
there.
reel's on there. Everything's on there. Pictures, set pictures, screening pictures. It's all there.
Hire this young lady for your film. We can do that.
Yeah.
Do you
He's actually my PR agent too. Yeah.
She wishes. So all right, that's cool. And so we already said Downtown Independent Film Festival LA, and then you have the one in Monrovia, Action on Film.
Action on Film International Festival, Downtown Independent Film Festival, Los Angeles, and then Holly Shorts.
Holly Shorts, that was the
Yes.
other one at the Chinese theaters.
Yes, I'm really excited about all of them. Great people that run those festivals, and I'm so privileged to be part of those. I can't believe it. It's
So
amazing.
people can come see Getting Lemons, and they can come
Yes.
see a bunch of other really great movies as
Yes.
well. So definitely buy your tickets, and all that kind of stuff. And filmmakers, hopefully if you have a good time, you'll be telling filmmakers to submit.
I will.
Do filmmakers talk between each other and be
Yeah.
like,
Oh, yeah.
hey, I had a good experience at this festival. You should submit there.
Yeah, I went to Slam Dance in 2010 and met so many incredible people.
You were there at
and-
the same. No, I wasn't
Were
there.
you
that
there
year.
at the same
No, I was there the next year. Sorry.
yeah.
I totally interrupted your story.
No, it's okay. Yeah, I think I mean, I plan to be there as much as I can, meeting people, and I think that's part of the fun is meeting everyone. I can't wait.
And you all sit there and kind of bash festivals that are bad. You're like that.
No,
those
I don't
sons
do
of-
that. I don't bash anybody or anything.
you
I'm
need-
sorry, Nick.
well,
I'm
you
not
need
going to
to.
help you with that.
You need to, absolutely. I've always felt that you meet when you meet the right person, you're not going to connect over the things you love. You connect over the people you hate.
Yeah, not me. Sorry.
I'm kidding. But you know what I did love? I did love having you on the show tonight.
Oh, thank you.
It was
I'm
fantastic.
really excited. Thank you so much. I'm really honored that you invited me. It's really cool. Thank you.
No, and thank you. It was great to watch the movie, and before the show here, it was also it's great that we got to meet here in
I know, it was
room.
totally random how we met. That's really cool.
I know,
love
right?
That. I love that.
Did you have a
That's
good?
awesome.
Yeah. Did everyone that works here is gone?
Hot
You have a good
Pixel
experience?
Post is so amazing. Bruce Goodman, so amazing. You'll see the film's color looks fantastic.
The lemons look yellow.
The lemons look very yellow. That's what they're supposed to look like. So.
They are.
Yeah,
And
Shawanda's hair is very purple.
it is. You have a water bottle. Her hair is that what color of the water bottle?
It is
I just saw
actually.
it over at the-
You
yeah.
can't see it, but yeah. It's my Shawanda bottle.
your Shawanda bottle.
yeah,
it like
it's
totally
a picture
just
of her on the side.
that would be. That'd be actually be really awesome.
That'd be really
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's gonna be my swag at the festival.
The Shawanda.
Instead of little lemons, I'm gonna have a Shawanda bottle.
There you go. That's just his and hers type of gift, right?
I love it.
But I want to thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you.
And good luck at the film festivals, and good luck with the film and everything else that you have going on, because I like that you're out there and you're busy.
Thank you. I'm really happy, and I can't believe it's all happening. It's been amazing. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So what I want to give you guys now is, as we've been talking about going to all these different film festivals, we just recently did a bunch of interviews over at Dances with Films, as you guys know, also at the Chinese theaters where Holly Shorts is going to be.
Yes.
Where you can catch Getting Lemons.
Yep.
And so we want to make sure that we're kind of giving you guys all the best coverage. Here's an interview with two guys that I actually really like and respect their work. One of them is Christopher Soren Kelly. He is, you guys may recognize him from another independent film came out a few years ago called Ink. He was the male lead, or one of the male leads. And then he has, he's making movies. It's wonderful. And then the other gentleman's name is Joshua Batone. And we've interviewed him before, actually right when I moved to LA, like a month or so after I moved to LA. It was really crazy. And it was great to see him at this festival, and great to see another film that he was a part of. So we got to sit down with both of them and give them a little bit of time. So we want to show you a piece of that right now. For the full interview, it is available over at our YouTube channel over at youtube.com/FilmSnobbery. Definitely go ahead and check it out. So we will be right back at the desk when we get back. See you in a minute. This is Nic Baisley from FilmSnobbery.com. I'm here covering the Dances with Films Film Festival, their 16th annual, and I'm here with a couple of gentlemen. One you might recognize from previous interviews, the other one not so much yet, but I'm sure it'll garner a million hits easy. Why don't you introduce yourselves to the folks and tell us a little bit about what you're here with.
Yeah, I'm Christopher Soren Kelly, and I'm the writer, director, and one of the actors in a short film called Chasseur, which is about a Cajun fellow who's hunting the devil, and he goes to the crossroads where one can sell one's soul and meets the devil's lawyer, and that's played by.
I'm Joshua Baton. I met Nic last year when he interviewed me when I was working on a film, and Chris is an old friend of mine, and he wrote this piece, and we drove up to Colorado and did it real guerrilla style, and it was a really good time.
I just told you a little story now.
So Colorado, as opposed to maybe choosing to go out to like the desert or going somewhere else. What made you pick both the location, and what was why this film? Like what made it important for you to make this?
Well, actually, we were going to shoot it here. I produced it here for earlier in the year, and it just wasn't working out. I just was like, no, it's not perfect, and then I started a lot of my film work in Colorado, so I have a lot of connections back there and people that I love to work with. And so we rescheduled it, and we went out to Colorado, and it just was easier to get locations. And we worked with 5 or 6 people that we've worked with many times before that we love, and everybody was on board and did a great job. And so that's why we did Colorado. I write a ton, and I'm always writing different things. So there's a lot of projects that I'm into, but this was just a character that I started developing, and it just really took a hold of me. And then once I listened to the character, the story came out, and the story was, really compelling to me. So that's why I followed through on it.
Now you're an actor as well, yes, and you're both actors.
Mm-hmm.
is it weird directing other actors, or do you find that being an actor gives you a better understanding of how to direct someone like Josh or someone else? And we're back. How about them apples? I'm excited. Or how about them lemons? Maybe let's go with that. I don't know. Maybe we can make that a thing. Yeah, it was a show. We're not quite done yet, though. We have sponsors. I want to talk about our main sponsor. Obviously, is Hot Pixel Post. We do we do our show in their offices, and you should hire them. That's all I got for that, because we've really given them a lot of time today. So, but I want to talk about our other sponsor, is Sony Vegas Pro 12. Sony Vegas Pro, I mean, I know I'm in a room full of people that are constantly pressuring me to use Final Cut, but like I was pressured when I was a kid to smoke and drink, thanks Dad, I say no. And I go with Sony Vegas Pro only because I own a PC, and it's a lot cheaper than owning a Mac and owning Final Cut, but I get just as much of a professional edit suite, so I'm happy to have Sony Vegas Pro and Sony Creative Digital as our sponsor. I've been happy with version 12, which is out now. I think I'm still using version 11 because version 12 only comes on a 64-bit system, and I have an older computer. But it still works great, even on an older computer. Bill's making the cry thing. I couldn't help but look, because he's like right next to the camera, and it was right in my eye line. If I was more of a man, I would pull a Christian Bale on this. But I'm not. So, but Sony Vegas Pro, definitely check them out. Sony Creative Software. They've got, not only are you checking out things like Sony Vegas, but you can also check out the product that comes with Sony Vegas, which is DVD Architect, which if you are mastering Blu-rays, you cannot have a better product. Definitely check that out. And check out all their SoundForge and other audio products as well. And they've also got a fantastic collection of soundtrack CDs. Basically, give you different ambient noises, sounds, stuff like that for your film and all that kind of stuff. And it's just a great library. I own it. And I never use it because I do a live show, but I do have the crickets chirping, which would be very, very applicable for most of the things that I do. So I should load that in there at some point. We should have the crickets chirping. Note to self, that's going to happen, because then Bill can just throw that in anytime he wants, and he will use it liberally. I want to thank everyone who is. I'm sorry I haven't been as active in the chat room tonight because Amy's not here with us tonight, but also I don't have my tablet with me, so I wasn't asking questions from the audience. But I assure you that next week we will have questions that you can ask, and we'll make sure that we answer all of them, because we want to make sure that you guys are just involved in this show as I am, because frankly, if I'm giving up my Thursday night, so are you. Why should any of us be happy? No. I was very happy tonight, actually. I had to make sure I looked my guest on that one, make sure she knew, oh yeah, I'm kidding. Big smile. I live my life in constant fear that people are judging me, which is really ironic for a critic. So I want to thank everyone who did show up to the show tonight. I want to thank our guest, Mary Elizabeth Boylan. I want to thank Bill for showing up and doing the show, and he got us water too, so that was really nice. He didn't have to do that, but he got us water. And I want to also talk real quick about string theory. You may remember our guests a couple weeks ago, Jonathan Pezza and Paulina Cirilla. They came in, they did a cool acoustic set. If you didn't watch that episode, definitely check it out. It was like 2 weeks ago. Definitely check out that thing. Was our first musical performance on FilmSnobbery, which was fantastic. But they're in the final few days. I think they have 8 days left of their Kickstarter campaign for string theory. They still got a little ways to go, and we need your help. So definitely go ahead and support them if you can. Throw them a couple shekels. Tomorrow's Friday. It's payday. Come on, 1st and the 15th. Let's go. Let's go ahead and throw them a couple bucks. They're going to be over, actually, if you guys are in LA and you want to go see Paulina and the whole cast and crew of String Theory perform live, you can go over to Ciclavia, which is right up where on Wilshire. They'll be performing there during Ciclavia, and accepting donations. Abraham Ben Ruby's going to be there, and he'll be checking, doing some stuff as well with those guys, and it's going to be a really it's going to be a really cool event. They've got a little booth, so stop by the booth, give them some dough. It's going to be cool. Not a soundproof booth, but you know, it's going to be good. Just go in, check them out, and throw them some bucks. They've got a few days left to go. They got a little ways to go on the campaign. If you haven't been to Nic LaRue, it's a fun little event. You know, bicycling, walking, chilling out. Bring the kids, bring the dogs. Everyone in LA's got a little dog. They just pull it out of a purse or a pocket, and boom, look, dog. Yes, pocket dog. So go check it out. It's fun stuff. You know, get outside, get in the sunlight. All you editors out there that just spend all your time drinking Red Bull and eating Cheetos and sitting in front of the computer, like myself, go out and get some sun. You know, get that trucker's tan. Oh my God, I really do have one. I just did that. I noticed on the camera. It is actually fairly pronounced. Ugh. That's the drawback of having another monitor next to me. I saw that happen. You were with me, remember? You saw it. So I want to thank everyone again for coming on the show. We're going to be doing this again next week, same time, over at FilmSnobberyLive.com. Next time, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Definitely check us out. Follow us every week, every day, every minute, every hour over on twitter.com/FilmSnobbery. You can also go ahead and check us out, like our page over on Facebook.com/FilmSnobbery. And we're doing a little campaign right now to raise our subscriber count on YouTube. Why? Because we're trying to activate, as it were, the live feature to be able to broadcast live via YouTube as well. Right now we're on Justin TV. We love Justin TV. They're fantastic. But I would love to kind of keep everything in one place, and I'd love to even have the option of, you know, simultaneously broadcasting to also YouTube. So we can't unlock that particular feature. We are partners. We are, you know, we've got a ton of videos up there, and, you know, we have monetization and all these other fun things, but we don't have the subscriber count yet that's high enough to unlock that feature. So if you or your friends or anyone you work with has a YouTube account, if they could please subscribe to us over at youtube.com/FilmSnobbery, I would be greatly happy and appreciative of that. And then we can bring you better content on YouTube live. That would be awesome, right? You want to see us live. You're watching us live right now. Shh. So go ahead and check us out. youtube.com/FilmSnobbery. You can also find all of our other interviews from all of our other film festival appearances that we've done there. We're actually uploading even some classics, as it were. We're kind of working on, like we said at the top of the show, consolidating some of our content, redoing the website. So I've actually been pulling content that we've had locked away in storage, and by storage I mean on a hard drive somewhere. And we're re-releasing stuff that was previously thought lost. It's like the director's cut of FilmSnobbery. If FilmSnobbery ever deserved a director's cut. Yeah, Bill's yawning. Now, I agree. It's not the most exciting thing in the world, but you know what? I mean, it's 5.5 years of history of FilmSnobbery that we're bringing out there, so we're really happy to share all this content with you, and hopefully you guys dig it as well. So we're going to leave you guys on that note. We're going to see you next week. We've got another fantastic guest, as we always do. Who is it? Well, you're going to have to wait and find out. We will announce it shortly. So you guys, see you next week. Have a great night. Have a good weekend. And hopefully we'll see you at, I'll see you Saturday. I'll be at the Palm Springs Film Festival, Shorts Fest over in Palm Springs. Check us out. Meet up with us there. If you're a filmmaker that's there, make sure to look for us so we can interview you. So see you Saturday. Bye.